Hi, everybody, and welcome to Do It With Passion. My name is Alexa Diaz, and I'm the Senior Director of Capstone Programs at Junior Achievement. As you all know, we have been highlighting incredible individuals who do so much and who inspire us every day. This week, we want to especially highlight our incredible teachers who do so much every single day. We've spoken to some elementary school teachers and middle school teachers, high school teachers, and today we have someone who's very dear to my heart, Dr. Sharry Kimmel. She is our Broward College professor, and I've been working with her for over 10 years, if you can imagine. I want to receive her with applauses because I'm just so happy to have you here. Thank you for saying yes.
Absolutely. I would only say yes to you, my dear Alexa Diaz. You're amazing, and Junior Achievement World is incredible, and I'm happy to be here in any way that I can help.
You're the best. Thank you so much. So I want, obviously, you never talk about, the only reason why I know all of your incredible efforts is because I've seen them throughout the years, and I want you to please talk a little bit about them. How long have you been teaching, and how did you end up at Broward College?
Okay, well, I started teaching in 1990 in Dade County Public Schools. I taught middle school, and after that, we moved to Broward County, and I taught at Pembroke Lakes Elementary School for 5 years, where I was Broward County Teacher of the Year in 1996. And shortly thereafter, I was the assistant principal of what is now the Sagemont Lower School, helped design the school. And then I left to have my second child, and thought that I would stay home, and I loved being home with two little ones, but I missed education. So I became the director, the principal of another small elementary school in Broward. And after a while, I went back to the school district, and I taught gifted education. And then I sort of moved up a little bit and became the director of grants and programs for the South Florida Annenberg Challenge for Broward County, and then Palm Beach and Dade County as well. And once the Annenberg Foundation gave away their $100 million, which was the objective, the doors closed. And I was looking for a new challenge, and I became the first full-time ever professor in teacher education for the AA program at Broward College. And that was in 2002. I had adjuncted with BC from 2000 to 2002. Prior to my arrival, there were two other education faculty who did 50% education, 50% psychology. There was one in early childhood. But I was on Central Campus for many years, solely on Central Campus. I've been Teacher of the Year. I've won 2 endowed teaching chair awards there. And I can honestly say that it's been a joy in all of my different roles in education. I still love it. My favorite is teaching. I enjoy being a champion for the students academically and in life. And it brings me tremendous sense of purpose and satisfaction. So I'm thrilled to say I've been with Broward College for 18 years full-time, and then 2 years before that as an adjunct.
That's incredible. And I have to say, I mean, you prepare these students to become our future teachers. And how has this, all of these changes in the last couple months, how has it not just affected you in the way that obviously you have to teach your students, but has it taught you anything, and has it shown you anything that maybe before you didn't think about too much?
So for the past year and a half, I have taught 5 full face-to-face courses, as I've taught only face-to-face the past 18 plus years at BC. But I've also, for the past year and a half, taught 1 online course, fully online, which I enjoy and have enjoyed. When we encountered what I call the pause for COVID-19 in mid-March, I was faced with the tremendous challenge of turning 5 fully face-to-face courses into 5 remote learning courses. The D2L shells existed, but there was nothing in there. So I had a week to first learn how to build an online course, which usually takes, many, many months to do one. I had 5 to do in a week. I had to learn how to do it, and then I had to do it. So it was very intense. I was working pretty much round the clock that week, but I'm very proud that I got it done, and it's good. My learning curve went right through the sky, up through the sky, and I could not have done it without the support of CTEL, the Center for Teaching Excellence and Learning at Broward College. Julia Filia and her entire team are incredible. I took every training possible, no matter what time, what day, some of them multiple times, to learn what I needed to do to turn those face-to-face courses into online courses, and then also have that built-in remote piece. So it was a challenge this semester because I was teaching using a tool we have called Blackboard Collaborate. And so I was teaching virtually in real time, but then in addition, also doing the online component. So I felt like each class was almost like teaching 2 classes because it was a lot, very time consuming. Even though I was home, I didn't have to drive and look for a parking spot and fill up with my tank with gas and that whole 9 yards. It was time consuming in a different way. The pleasure was, I'd say the past 3 weeks, I can say this in hindsight now that we just finished out the semester, and to see the success of the students. If I had a student that wasn't turning in work, I would get nervous. I would worry about their health. So I would set up a conference call. I had about 36 one-on-one conference calls with students just to find out what they needed, how I can refer them out if they needed support or extra assistance, and how I could also academically support them. And with the exception of one, and I have, I don't know, close to maybe 200 students altogether, everyone succeeded this semester, every single one. And that one really was in a situation where it was okay, and she'll try it again in the fall. So it was a huge success, a huge challenge, a huge success. And I'm very proud and thrilled and exhausted and looking forward to just doing maybe nothing. I've heard of people during this time frame complaining about boredom. I cannot relate at all, working 14 to 16 hours a day. I would call my office the cave. Once in a while I'd come out of the cave. But it was a good place to be because I feel like I really made a big difference, and I learned so much. I learned all of these new skills in terms of creating courses online and teaching courses online, and using so many technology tools. Everything that I teach about in EME 2040 education technology, of course, was a huge asset in this situation, but then learning all kinds of new things as well. I'm blessed to work at a college where we have a lot of resources and people who are willing to support and help and step up. So it was interesting, and I think the students really did well. Most of my students signed up for face-to-face courses for a reason, and that reason is that's how they're comfortable. So it took a lot for me to get comfortable and then make them comfortable and then elevate them so they could all be successful one by one by one by one.
Have you had any feedback from teachers that are out there in the community? Because we highlight and we talk about, the students going through remote learning, parents being teachers now at home. And I think we forget a little bit about the teacher component and how much it's taking teachers to be able to, first of all, do all the work that you've put together. Obviously, this is for college, but I can't even imagine as well for school, especially students who were so used to being able to go and attend class. Do you know if you have some feedback from them? What especially because you're a spokesperson for teachers, I feel.
Well, absolutely. I have friends who are K-12 educators as well as school principals. And the feedback that I have received is that teachers are having some of these similar experiences that I have had. I'm fortunate that I'm an empty nester, but on top of that, they've got their own kids, that have needs and also need to be attended to. So it's been even more of a challenge, perhaps in different ways, for the K-12 educators, as you can imagine, I'm sure. And for the school administrators, it's been a challenge ensuring consistency and ensuring quality. I think this will bring a whole new level of awareness to parents and to the community as far as the value of teachers in the future. Yes. Whether we resume school in the fall, the spring, who knows, when that will happen. But when we do, I think that you'll have a lot of parents who will now be more supportive in the home to their child's education, to the teachers. They'll have a new appreciation of what the teacher's experience is with not only their child, but every child and all together in the classroom setting. So I think that perhaps, and I certainly hope in that way, it will be a benefit in the long run. I think we're going to see an explosion of online education. This is my prediction: Florida virtual school, Broward virtual school. Maybe there'll be some new startups, who knows? Anyone with some venture capital, it's probably a good time to go into online education, K-12 and higher education as well. But in my opinion, I think it will definitely bring a whole new awareness, and it's been a tremendous challenge for administration and for K-12 teachers who are, working with their own family situations, as well as trying to do the best to educate kids in their virtual classroom environment.
And it's interesting. No, I definitely agree with you. We actually had a conversation with a couple people from the district, and they were mentioning, Canvas, which is the virtual classroom for Broward County Public Schools, is something that was started being utilized about a year ago. And she was mentioning that 18% of teachers, were actually using the platform. And when this happened, it just went and skyrocketed to the need of the training that needed to happen, to the need of, making sure that obviously not all teachers are tech friendly, making sure that everybody felt supported. And now I think it's almost obviously 98% to 100% of teachers being able to do these virtual classrooms in a way that they can understand it themselves, and also helping us improve these platforms, which is what we're working on currently. It was a pleasure having Dr. Sharry Kimmel. I hope she comes back. And it's, one of those special days when we definitely want to highlight and hear the stories from what the teachers on the ground are going through. As we always say, the boots on the ground know exactly what happens. And so learning from them and being able to understand, challenges as well as positives, which Dr. Sharry has gone through. So I'm so excited to have had her on Do It With Passion, and we look forward to highlighting more teachers throughout. Thank you so much, and have a great day.